The C-130 Hercules, which is a transport aircraft. And then we went over to the security forces dogs.
The school's ROTC took a field trip to an Air Force base. Stay tuned in to find out all the details on their trip.
Spring sports are about to start practicing to prepare for their upcoming seasons. In today's sports, we'll give you a preview.
The Miss Heart of Alabaster pageant was on Saturday. We've got you covered on all the winners in today's entertainment. These stories plus more headlines are coming your way on today's THS TV. One class took a field trip off campus behind the scene to see the behind the scenes of a working Air Force base. Good morning, I'm Constance McKnight.
And I'm Sam Callahan, and this is THS TV. Last week, the ROTC had the opportunity to visit Maxwell Air Force Base. The trip was both a learning experience for the cadets and a little fun. The cadets were able to experience what it is like to be behind the fence of a real military base through touring a C-130 aircraft, watching military police dog demonstrations, and even experiencing what it is like in a military dining facility.
The trip to Maxwell Air Force Base allowed ROTC members to get hands-on experience with the facility of a military base.
In ROTC, we learned about how the Air Force works and how active military personnel work and what they do. It's one thing to learn it in the classroom, but we saw it real life in action.
The learning experience for me was kind of what they do on Maxwell to secure their base and what they do for other military bases around Maxwell.
Chemistry students in Henry Long's class had the chance to do some hands-on learning after the class studied single replacement reactions, which is when two periodic elements are combined to create a reaction. Students are made their way to the science lab to see the phenom in action. Fizzing in the presence of steam could be observed, making the experience that one helps students visualize.
It helps a lot to see what's actually going on and how it actually works. It helps because it helps kind of make a real-world example of what you're doing and visualize, actually physically visualize what you're doing.
The chem students' next lab will be a hydrogen generator lab.
Show of the effects of how the Industrial Revolution affected our towns and the negative effects it had, but also the positive effects.
Farming and pollution. For more on what classes are doing around the school, keep tuning in.
Obama's presidency is nearing its end, and people are taking to social media to discuss his legacy. Here's what's trending on Twitter. The presidential inauguration is 3 days away, and while there are mixed feelings about Donald Trump, many tweeters are using the hashtag the Obama years to share the fond memories they have of the 44th president. The hashtag has over 22,000 tweets, and people are discussing the change over the past 8 years and talking about what he will leave behind after his time as president. Want to join in on the conversation? Tweet at us at THS News TV using the hashtag the Obama years, and you can be featured on an upcoming show. Now let's take a look at some other hot topics in today's national headlines.
Noor Salman, the wife of Pulse nightclub shooter Omar Mateen, was arrested in the San Francisco area Monday. She faces federal charges that include obstruction of justice and aiding and abetting her husband's material support to ISIS. Salman is expected to appear in court Tuesday in Oakland, according to Assistant U.S. Attorney Abraham Simmons. Donald Trump's voice won't be the only one heard at this year's inauguration. Tens of thousands of people are preparing to hit the streets of Washington, D.C. during the 45th presidential inauguration week. While some will march in support of the president, a growing number will be on hand to show their opposition to the newly elected president and his administration. Donald Trump has stated that he would like to repeal Obamacare. As his inauguration week is upon us, he has stated that he still wants insurance for everyone. How he will do so is still a question mark.
We had Some NFL games over the weekend, and you know, some fans are distraught, but some fans are really happy that their team gets to move on.
That's right. Obviously, the Cowboys and Packers was a great game. Packers won on a 50-yard field goal, and as well the Steelers were able to just squeak out a victory. And then obviously Atlanta, just a few hours away, they were able to win as well. So it was a good week in football.
And I've got more in today's sports.
So first, we've got your needs to know and today's announcements.
We'll be right back with more THS TV. Still to come on THS TV.
The NFL playoffs are underway. Still to come in sports, we'll highlight this weekend's matchup and tell you who is moving on to the conference championships.
And the local library is bringing technology classes to a local audience. We've got more info coming your way.
You're watching THS TV, your source for sports.
With the indoor state championship around the corner, the Warriors are at work competing with other schools to get the top places in their events. The track team traveled to the Birmingham Crossplex last week and competed in multiple events. Craig Clark placed first in the 60-meter hurdles, with Austin Davis behind him scoring 1 point for his team in the hurdles. Lauren Dancy placed fifth in 60-meter dash. Sam Holmes and Alonde Vassar placed 10th and 11th in the men's 400-meter dash. Sophomore Brandon Lee placed 13th in the 1600 meter, and the boys placed 10th overall, with the girls 18 behind and 28th. Friday night, the Warriors headed to Vestavia to take on the Rebels in area play. The Warriors fell in a 24-point deficit. Head coach Kelly Cheatham said it was a hard-fought game and thought it was not the outcome they wanted. The team will work to get ready for the next one. Tonight, the Warriors head to Tuscaloosa to face the Wildcats. The key player to watch tonight will be Drew Thomas, as he came off the Vestavia loss with 18 points as the lead scorer. Tip-off is at 7:30, and the cost to get in will be $5. Saturday night kicked off the second round of the NFL playoffs with matchups between the Seahawks and the Falcons, and the Patriots and the Texans. Both games turned into blowouts. The Patriots, far superior, a team ran away with the game with a score of 34-16. While the Seahawks gave the Falcons a fight early on, injuries caught up with the Seahawks, and the tandem of Julio Jones and Matt Ryan was able to surpass the Seahawks and take a victory with a score of 36-20. Sunday showed up with a pair of primetime games between the Cowboys and the Packers, and the Steelers taking on the Chiefs. The Cowboys and Packers turned in potentially the game of the year, with Aaron Rodgers getting Green Bay out on an early 21-3 lead over the Cowboys. The Cowboys would make a comeback and hit a game-tying field goal with 35 seconds left, only for Rodgers to return the favor, setting up a 50-yard game-winning field goal and winning the game with a score of 34-31. The Steelers would be the final game of the weekend. The weather conditions turned the game into a defensive battle, though. The Steelers would ride their kicker till the end, winning on an NFL record 6 field goals. The defense made a final stand on a 2-point conversion to hold on to the lead and the victory with a score of 18-16. The NFC and AFC championships game will be placed with the with this upcoming Sunday, all 4 teams battling for a spot in the 51st Super Bowl. That's all for today's sports. Tune in on Friday for a recap of this week's basketball games. Now back to Sam with more news.
Alabaster City Council met on January the 9th to vote on the emergency plan in case of another ice storm or any other major disaster. The mitigation plan, which is required by the state, outlines the plan of action in case of emergency. The approval of the plan will open the city of Alabaster to funds from FEMA in the occurrence of a critical event. The council's vote was unanimous and is in place effective immediately.
New classes are being offered to help Alabaster residents become more tech savvy. The Albert L. Scott Library, located beside Firehouse 1, is holding technology classes to teach basic computer skills. The course is being offered through February from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information on the classes or how to sign up, visit alabasterreporter.com or the library's Facebook page. So Madison, what are we talking about in today's entertainment?
So we're going to be talking about prom dresses because you know it's prom season.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to see the outfits that come out.
Definitely.
I love seeing pictures before prom.
Yeah, it's like proposals and things like that.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to worry about the prices of any dresses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give me a tux and I'll be all right.
I've got more in today's entertainment.
But first, Desmond has your local forecast and today's Warrior Weather.
We'll be right back.
Still to come on THS TV. Prom season is here and it's time to in entertainment, we will shine the spotlight on the newest trends for prom 2017.
Apple has released info on the new iPhone, and today's Tech Talk will give you a sneak peek of the iPhone 8.
You're watching THS TV, Thompson High School's source for entertainment.
Good morning, I'm Desmond Burge, and this is your Warrior Weather. This week, the weather is looking gloomy and rainy as your high today will consist of 73 and a low of 60. Moving on to tomorrow, the rain will start pouring in with a high of being 69 and the low being 59. And Thursday, we will have a little bit of rain with a high being 67 and the low being 59. Friday, we will have cloudy skies and showers, but it will warm up with the high being 72 and the low being 59. That's all for today's Warrior Weather. Stay tuned for your Friday night buscast.
Prom is coming up in less than 3 months, and some girls are on the hunt for the perfect prom dresses. 2017 has come with many new trends, new and old. One trend that has continued into this year is two-piece dresses. Along with that, dresses that are off the shoulder or have a high neck have also been popular. There are many styles of dresses, such as elegant and bohemian. Students around the school had the chance to see some of these trends last week in the Cheerleaders from Fashion to Formal fashion show.
Definitely noticed a lot of two-piece dresses, but most of them pull up, so they didn't really look like dresses. Mostly high slits to show off the legs, beaded definitely. Everything was kind of a variety. You had bohemian, you had classic, more elegant, so just very different types.
There are many different dress options for prom this year. Keep tuning into THS TV for more prom updates. The theater department's production of Robin Hood has been cast after auditions wrapped up at the end of last week. Robin Hood will be played by Tyler McClellan, Little John is Vance Clendenin, and Jay Sellers is Friar Tuck. The role of the Maid Marian went to Sophie Mushalansky. Theater director Jane Gainey is excited about the production, especially the chance to have on-stage combat scenes and sword fights. The play opens on April 27th and continues through the 29th.
there was a lot of things that stood out to me. A lot of new people came out to audition, which I thought was really awesome. So it wasn't just the same people over and over again. We actually got some new talent coming up, so I'm very excited.
A new Miss Heart of Alabaster has been crowned after the local pageant this weekend. Sophomore Maddie Finch came home with the title of Miss Teen Heart of Alabaster and Miss Photogenic. In the junior teen division, Ashley Nicole Brown took home the crown. Miss Heart of Alabaster preteen was Kinley Madison Callahan, and Caroline Kinley Cook won Miss Heart of Alabaster Princess. For pictures from the past pageant or how to register for the 2018 pageant, you can visit Miss Heart of Alabaster on Facebook. Music, movies, and more, we've got the latest gossip and celebrity news in today's Hollywood headlines.
Burberry has a new face of their beauty line by the name of Iris Law. Being the 16-year-old daughter of models Jude Law and Sadie Frost, Iris is excited to debut in her first modeling campaign with such a big brand. Fans of Selena Gomez were on their toes this weekend as the singer went to Instagram and almost teased her fans with some new music. After some investigation, the tease wasn't for anything very upcoming, but just a little bit more of a wait for her fans. Reese Witherspoon is saying, quote, "The time is right for a third Legally Blonde movie," end quote. She says that women really need more positivity right now, and it's the perfect time to do it. All she's waiting for is someone to come up with the ideas, and she's in. So be on the lookout for a new Legally Blonde movie in the upcoming years.
That's all for today's entertainment. Tune in on Friday for details on Miss THS pageant. Now let's Sausage to Lizzie with a look at the new iPhone in today's Tech Talk.
The media is currently buzzing with information on Apple's latest edition, the iPhone 8. This year marks the 10th anniversary of Apple's iPhone launch, and students are already making a wish list of what they'd like to see in the newest phone.
If they could just make the camera even more bigger. I know they did it on the 7 Plus, and because they didn't do it on the 7, I was kind of a little mad because I'm not a big phone type person. I consider those type as like a tablet. So if they could do it even on the 8 just by itself, not even it having to be a plus, that would be perfect.
Apple is expected to make quite a number of changes in the iPhone 8, including its glass body and wireless charging facility. Improved dust and water resistance is another upgraded feature to expect. A report has stated that the iPhone 8 will sport an IP68 rating, which means it can stay in up to 1.5 meters of water for around 30 minutes. Apart from being water and dust resistant, the iPhone 8 is also expected to have a wireless charging facility. The long-range wireless charging trait of the phone will not require users to place the phone on a charging station close to it. The 3D Touch technology on the iPhone 8 is also expected to get an improved version. As of now, Apple lovers just need to wait for the launch of the iPhone 8. That's all for today's Tech Talk. Tune in every Monday for more on new technology coming your way. Now back to Constance with more news.
Looking to learn a new instrument? Chemistry teacher Ben Hawsey is teaching lessons each week during zero period for those wanting to improve their guitar skills. He requires that you bring your own guitar. He has been hosting guitar classes for the past 2 years. He will continue the lessons this year. If you have any questions, see Mr. Hawsey in room 226. So you know about the iPhone. I'm still on the old iPhone train. I still have an iPhone 5.6, so I'm actually super excited to maybe upgrade this time with the new iPhone 8.
Yeah, I know. I haven't been able to get a new one yet. I have an old iPhone 5. I've had it for a while, but I mean, hey, it still works.
Yeah,
it works,
definitely.
But, a new one comes out, I may have to just get me a new one right before, college.
Right.
We have you covered on all the latest trends.
And now Desmond will have you ready to go for your morning commute. Desmond?
For those of you who have to rise early tomorrow morning, the temperature is looking fairly warm for the first time of the year, with temperatures at around 57 degrees and the humidity at 82%. The temperature will rise slightly throughout the morning to around 60 degrees at 7 a.m. and will stay at the low 60s throughout the rest of the day. That's all for today's bus stop forecast. Back to you guys.
You guys know for the Miss THS pageant, we film it, and it's in February, and it's coming up really soon.
Yeah. A lot of people are talking about what they're going to wear.
Yeah,
have, like, a
people are super excited because they saw Allie Adams won as a junior last year, so a lot of freshmen and maybe even sophomores are excited they could possibly win.
Yeah, I know we always have a big number of girls who get involved in it, and it's always a big thing. Obviously, they just had the Miss Heart of Alabaster pageant, and so now you get another one just coming up in a month, so I'm sure there's a bunch of girls out there excited.
Yeah. That's all for today's news.
Tune in on Friday for a preview of Friday night's basketball games.
And follow us on Twitter for updates on events happening at THS this week.
Have a great day.